What's up? This is Gordon Gray from Half Lit and DopelivenTV.
Hey, this your boy Don Ritchie representing the Midwest 219. Stand up.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Lamar Tate.
This is your girl, Monifa.
Hey, what up? It's your man, Dave Hollister from Blackstreet.
You know what this is right here. This Trigger Tretch in the building.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your boy, Jason Weaver. And whenever I'm back home in the Chi, I'm checking out Dope Living TV.
Hey, it's your girl, Adina Howard, and you're watching Dope Living TV, live with Greg Gray and the crew.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy, Greg Gray. This is Dope Living TV Live. Let me put this out there just so y'all know, okay? The views that are expressed on this Dope Living TV Live are not necessarily the views of Dope Living TV or its affiliates. Having said that, man, we are going to have a great show today. Y'all know how much I love filmmakers, all right? And as soon as we get one on, the one that comes on the next day is better. And the other one that comes on the next day is better. And the night we got the best right now, we got my man Nakia Hamilton. He's the owner of Luv Life Entertainment. He's an award-winning director. He's a writer. He's a producer. Man, he's got movies on all of these social media platforms. I mean, I'm saying this dude busy, y'all. All right. And when y'all see him, call him Clean Red. All right. Call him Clean Red. They show. Gina, call him Clean Red.
Not Dirty Red.
Dirty Red. He ain't
Not
dirty.
Dirty Red. I love that name. Love Life.
Yeah, you know. Man, he has a movie.
Very catchy.
Look, I don't know if you got a chance to watch it, but Entanglement. Gina, you got boy.
I watched it.
Did you watch it?
I watched it. Remember, I told you I'm getting ready to go watch it now. I did. I cut it on and I watched it.
Nakia, you see her face, right? You see her face. What's up, Marcy?
Hey, which one you watch?
Entanglement.
Yeah.
Y'all, look at y'all faces. Okay. Look, he got one called Boo Boo the Fool. It's funny as hell. It is funny as hell. Okay. Secure the Bag, man. That's just a few of the movies that he's done. And I want to ask him if it's still good. He was doing a $1,000 cash giveaway.
Ooh, give me the money.
Nah, get out of here. In conjunction with one of the movies, okay? But you know, we ain't gonna hold him up. We ain't gonna hold him up. Everybody say what's up to Nakia Hamilton.
Hi.
What's happening? Clean Red.
I'll take that.
Marcy almost spit over her. That's my guy. Hey, welcome to the show, Nakia, man. We appreciate you coming through to share your journey, bro.
Thank you, man. Thank you a lot for having me.
Most definitely, man. So you just out there doing it, man. You are a filmmaker, you writer, you direct, you produce. Let me say it correctly. Award-winning. Okay. I mean, you know, and to be an independent, man, that's hard. That's hard. You know, so congratulations as far as your awards for your films. You're busy, man. What's your schedule like, bro?
Early mornings. You know, you have to have tiers of things that you're doing, and I just kind of move them into tiers, so things really don't stay in one place. From what's important, very important, you know, things that could be done later, and just getting up early every morning. The funny thing about it is, I'm getting to the point now where I'm so used of doing it that I like it just moves so fast now. What would take me 3 or 4 hours before, it takes me like 1 hour now.
It's like walking now to you, huh?
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. And we say this on the show all the time, man. If you love what you're doing, you ain't doing no work. You know what I'm saying? That's part of life. So that's a good thing in itself. Okay, and people listen. I'm just gonna tell y'all, listen, because I think you're gonna get a lot of nuggets today. It's gonna be another masterclass today. Watch and see. So take us to the beginning, man. What made you want to start doing movies?
I made a movie one time and didn't realize I made a movie. A friend of mine, we met at a church, and we were just like hanging out. I think like my girlfriend at the time knew his or whatever, and I found an old camera, and we started filming and putting it together, and I put it away. Then a few years later, I just had this, I'll call it a spiritual walk with God. And within 3 days, I made a decision that I was going to start filmmaking. And I started with a public access show. I called Time Warner Cable, and I just asked them, like, what does it take to get a show? And believe it or not, it took me 9 months to get a 30-minute show together. And this was the most horrible show you probably ever seen in your life. Everything was bad. My hosting is like, you're talking about cringing. Oh, man. But that's really where it started right there. And I did that show for 2 years and got fired because I wanted to do reruns. It was
your show?
Yeah, it's public access, so you can't get paid by law. So it's my show. They just give me the 30-minute slot once a week. But the demand was every episode had to be a new episode. So you talking about it was almost 2 years, a 30-minute show. And I don't even know what I'm doing really. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I'm recording like huge groups of people performing and singing and chopping it up into shows to try to get a lot done at one time. Wow. And my body just couldn't take it. And I tried to slip in reruns, and it was like, and fired.
Wow. I know this because when I started doing my music video show, they insisted fresh soul every time.
Yeah, everything had to be relevant, fresh right then. It was like I couldn't keep up.
Yeah, it's hard. I know that part I can attest to. All right, I mean, I'm telling you, especially when you're trying to make it, you're trying to listen to what they're saying and do it. Okay, and they don't care. They want what they want, and you out there grinding, and it takes its toll. Okay, now I did, thanks to a few people, I had some help, so wasn't on my own, but it did get arduous, man. It got to a point where we just said, man, let's throw one in, let's throw two in. Fortunately for us, we didn't have the problem that you had. They didn't tell us you can't do it. They just said okay, We got a question.
Yeah, with that, Nakia, that sounds like it would have been heartbreaking. What motivated you to keep going?
One thing that, as soon as they fired me, I was hurt kind of at the time, but 2 or 3 days later, I realized I should have been gone a year ago.
See?
And God was telling me to leave, but I was the guy in the community. Oh, you the guy with the show, with the music and the people, you know what I mean? I was that guy, and I didn't want to let that go. And so I'm still there, chunking out. You know what I mean? I got my kids doing an episode. I got my niece and nephew doing the song. I mean, it was like, I don't know, the Brady Bunch or something in that joke. But I did learn a lot just from the hustle. But I knew God was telling me to leave before that. I didn't want to leave because I was that guy with the show on TV.
And sometimes, you do that. And I'm telling you, I hear him. I hear him because I was that guy, had that show. Chicago calling, we flooding the lines, we getting letters, getting pictures, naked pictures. But they were, I'm telling you, it's crazy. Nakia, tell them I ain't lying, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, I stay away from that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got swept up, okay, because I was like, my ego got huge, okay, and then when it reached 1.5 million viewers in this, I'm like, hey, bro, everybody knowing me, people in the store knowing, but that's where, like you said, you gotta ground yourself. God got a better purpose to be an egotistical genius. He has purpose for us all right? So as you're doing this and you get to that crossroads, all right, what made you think differently? What made you say, well, hey, I don't want to do this like this. I want to do this way.
Differently.
A lady named Linda Raleigh, she asked me to make a commercial for a pizza shop that she had. And when I made the commercial, she was like, you need to turn this into a business. And it never really crossed my mind. And it wasn't until like maybe 2 years later that I even turned it into a business. And I'm just filming, I just kind of got into the groove. There really wasn't no moment. It's just kind of snowballed into me producing video production. And from that, it went into creating documentaries.
Okay. Documentaries. All right.
Okay.
And you were off. You were off and running. And I know a lot of people come to you and, well, not now, but probably then came to you and said, well, hey, when they saw your work, like you said, the lady asked you to do something. Other people came and asked you, well, hey, can you do this for me? Can you film this music video? Can you do this piece? Can you do that piece? How many times have people done that after you made it a business and expected you to just freely do it on will?
I mean, I always look at my own accountability in those situations. It happens a lot, and it doesn't happen like that anymore, really. Maybe once every blue moon because they don't know. But I have to remember, like, some people just don't know. Like, everybody in the world doesn't know me, They
don't?
No, but my thing is, all of those are just broken. Like, that shouldn't even happen. Like, you know what I mean? There should be no point in business. I tell people all the time, like, if you got 10 family members and you make music, that should be 10 guaranteed sold albums. You know what I mean? Not the freebies to everybody that you're giving out. And I think it's the same way in your community when you build it up. It should get to that point where I know 100 is going to be sold here from, putting in that work. So I think it boils down to really just being accountable, because that doesn't even matter. Some people just don't know. It's just putting in the work, counting the numbers.
Yeah, and some people are satisfied with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think as you said, accountability. But you not only have accountability, but you have consistency as well. Your work is consistent. I'm telling you guys, if you have not seen, and I'm jumping back and forth, if you haven't seen Entanglement, I'm telling you to go see Entanglement. Go on Tubi, watch Entanglement. Nakia and I were talking before the show started, and I told him, "Well, hey man, look. Number one, and I'm gonna say it just like I said it before. The pregnant girl, and I can't tell the story, okay, because I want you guys to go see it. The pregnant girl, she was something else. But the girlfriend, the light-skinned cutie.
Here we go, Gina.
No, here we not going.
No, she was.
No.
Yeah, we don't want to tell the story, but I can honestly say most of the time when I watch a movie, the beginning is where I decide I'm going to continue to watch or I'm going to cut the movie off. And it was done very well. It really caught my attention, and it started off really professional. It looked really good, and I watched it from beginning to end.
I'm 3 or 4 times in because I'm like, I know she didn't do this, and I know old boy didn't do this, okay? And I'm like, no, I must have missed the part. So
man, that storyline had my head like, whoo! Who came up with the storyline? Who comes up with the plot?
Actually, I do. I write all my own stuff. The weird thing is and this is going to sound crazy, when I take a lot of time writing, for some reason it doesn't do as well as when I rush through the writing. And so Entanglement was written in like 7 days.
Oh, wow.
Boom, boom, knock it down. The crazy thing about it, that I want to give credit to the cast, because we had a hard time casting, for that. You know what I mean? Because you have to be
crazy.
Especially the lead, you have to be comfortable with yourself. You know what I mean? And she did take it a little, well, not a little bit, a couple of notches higher than what we thought, but you know what I mean?
You said that a little.
Do what they do. But my whole thing is just really buckling down, and that's what the whole cast did. It was a 12-day shoot. I think we did like 4 or 5 days, and you got like 2 days off, and you do the rest or something like that with 1 day off. but something happened with the schedule. Somebody got sick, so we had to move it like a month back, and we lost like 4 days of money. Just lost, boom, gone. And so when we came back to reschedule, they only had like 4 days that we could do it. So all of them got together and was like, let's knock it out. And we crammed that whole movie out in 4 days.
Whoa.
So boom, 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 knocked it out.
So how do you gauge your budget for delays like that?
See, you always, I mean, off gate, you want to get the highest quality for the lowest cost. And I always look at the top quality first. Then I try to find the best cost within that instead of just going for the lowest cost. And I think when you do that, you don't need a lot. You know what I mean? Like when you got quality stuff, you don't need to fill the whole room with a bunch of stuff and things like that if you just have quality things going on. So my point is, if we have a great makeup artist, the cast has the look, the story is there, you know, and the cinematography, if you can get a few of those together, like it really doesn't have you messing with the budget, playing around. You don't have to have, you know, 30 people in there, you know, trucks outside. I think it's really focusing on the things that really make the difference and not just making a movie. So, you know, some people just make them. Every movie is a big, you know, it's just making a movie.
So you perfected that. That's cool. See, I'm like I told you when we were talking earlier, I'm trying to do some, and I've been pushing back because I wrote a script. I push it back because I'm like, something just don't feel right. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to do this. I don't need to do that. So basically, you're saying less is more.
Yes.
Okay. So, you know, and I hope you guys that are trying to do films are listening because he spent some gems here. He's giving us some gems here. So your cast, so crazy ass cast.
I love them. I tell you no lie, I love every single one of them. Boo Boo the Fool cast, Entanglement cast.
Well, that Boo Boo the Fool cast is you name that appropriately, bro. You name that appropriately for real. Oh my goodness! But how do you pick these people?
Honestly, I look for people that I feel like I can kind of kick it with, you know, and then I see your personality, then I try to fit it in that. I think it's easier for somebody to just kind of play something within their realm than try to go outside the box like Johnny Depp. You know what I mean?
Right.
When we're making these movies pretty fast, and now if you understand the culture of the independent acting, like the Tubi and Amazon actors, like they really don't have time like Denzel has to prepare for a role. You know, they trying to do a movie every week, every other week. They don't have time to fly to so-and-so and live homeless for a week to really see how it, you know. Yeah. So you have to kind of cram it all in and just knock it out. So you have to find people that just fit those parts and can kind of work them easily. And I work with the same people over and over again because, you know, you just chemistry, relationship, you can write the script for them.
See, that shows who you are as a filmmaker as well, man, because you get these people and you know how to make it work. You know how to make them fit. You know how to make them fit their character without a whole lot of work. Marcel, you had a question?
Yes, for Entanglement, one of your characters had a mental illness. Is that something within your family or that you've experienced or knew about that you wanted to put that in your film?
There were some cases, or quite a few in my family. I don't have full understanding of that whole aspect. That part of the film actually didn't come out the way it's supposed to be. She also supposed to have an accent, and that part didn't come out the way it's supposed to be. And there's like one other thing, and that's the craziest thing about movies. Probably Dear Younger Me is probably my only movie that probably 80% of what I wanted, you know? So yeah, but that wasn't, to answer your question, we just thought it kind of fit with the character, and we didn't have enough experience to get real detailed in that whole part. So we just kind of let it go.
And I am an advocate for those with mental illness, and that was kind of true to life with that type of that component of mental illness. So it worked well. That did work well.
Man, we could go down the line. Beautifully Insecure, Secure the Bag, Let Go and Let God, Kingdom In, Dear Younger Me, Quarantine. It's just a lot of movies that this guy has done. We're talking with my new friend, Clean Red.
What'd you say?
Clean Red.
Clean Red, Dirty Red. Yes, guys, like it's silly.
Filmmaker Nakia Hamilton, man. He's done his thing, all right. Why do they call you Red?
Duh.
We don't know.
No, we talked about this before the show.
Yeah, you know what's funny though? When I was younger, they used to call me Kingpin. Because they said some rapper before like was named Kingpin way back in the day, and so people call me that. But I think when I got around middle school or high school, somewhere around there, it's like people needed my attention and they didn't know what to say, and you just notice people just started saying Red, and it just kind of, you know what I mean, it just kind of stuck ever since then.
That's what's up. It's obvious. He'd have to get that Beijing to make it black. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody's trying to do that. All right. So I mean, you've been successful at transforming your art into a successful business. What were some of the challenges that you've had as you transferred and started making these movies consistently?
I hope you got enough time.
Time.
Well, one of my biggest challenges, and it's because I wasn't mature enough. I guess I just didn't have enough to recognize it. It was holding on to the wrong relationships too long and letting go of the good relationships too fast.
Wow.
There were certain people in business, even though things got rocky, should have kept that going because it was good for business. And there was other people that, even though the friendship and things were good, should have let them go because it wasn't good for business. And being able to separate those two. And the thing about it is, if you don't understand it, you don't recognize it, it can go on for a long time before you even realize, you know what I mean? The damage is done. I don't think it's something you notice off gate. It takes time to even develop. So that was one of the biggest challenges. And through time, people kind of, you know, as you grow, they'll fall off themselves as you grow. But being there one day too long is too long. And sometimes I believe there were some people that was there a year or two too long. But that is very, very dangerous because you're trying to go in this direction and you're surrounded by people that are not going in that direction. I got this thing that I tell like my kids and some of my friends where there's one day a week people, there's once a month people, there's a half a year people, you know what I mean? There's people you only see once a year. And anything outside that, they are taking you away from your dreams and goals. And the problem with it is these people can be good people. It can be your friend, your drinking buddy. You know what I mean? But for your dreams and goals, y'all should probably only kick it once a month. Y'all shouldn't be out there drinking, doing that every night. And it even gets a little bit deeper than that, I feel like, with emotions and just your whole mentality of being secure with yourself and being motivated, of being around the right people. So I think just picking the right people, something the motivational speaker Jim Rohn said, like if you pick the right people, you really don't have to tell them what to do. You know what I mean? But like if you're really passionate about what it is, this is what we're trying to do. You're the right person. You go in there and you will, you know what I mean, you will get it done. Exactly. So really picking the right people was my biggest challenge.
Man, and I agree with you, man. You're throwing out these nuggets, y'all. Throwing out these nuggets. Y'all better watch who y'all hang with, because everybody that's in your group ain't for you. They can limit, as the kids said, they can limit your growth. They can stagnate everything that you're doing, man. So watch yourself, all right?
Judas in the group.
You got a question?
Yeah, you know, most of the filmmakers we've talked to talked about the financial journey was kind of rough. So tell us a little bit about your financial journey.
I can't lie, I've been blessed because I don't think I had a movie that lost money ever. It seemed like there was one.
Wow, not many can
Yeah,
say that.
yeah. But it was because what was funny, and I don't recommend this to anybody. I think I would probably be further on with if I would have went to film school, just didn't try to figure out myself. But I was just like, I'm just going to do it. You know what I mean? I even think about it on a broader United States. I was like, I'm just going to do it in my city. And I made a movie with no money. It was a documentary about one of my friends that murdered one of my other friends. And I think once it was done, we gave the family some money, some stuff, and I ended up with $500. So I took the $500, made another documentary. Then I flipped that to a couple movies and got like $5,000. And I was just beating the streets, selling DVDs, doing venues and things like that. And I took that $5,000 and made Beautifully Insecure. Then from Beautifully Insecure, I got a distribution deal. The amount, and this is stuff I didn't even tell anybody this, the amount I got up front really wasn't what it should have been. But with the information I've known, I knew at the time it was the best decision I could have made.
Okay.
But as soon as that Joker hit the black, you know what I mean? I was, and it just, every movie after that, I've learned how to, I think my strength is negotiating deals because I start before the deal. Some people wait until the movie is done, then try to negotiate a deal, but I'm thinking, all right, what type of deals do you do? What can I do that makes sense for me to do that deal? And in order to make that happen, I got to be able to make a movie in 2 months. I can't do it in 6 months. So financially, that's kind of, I take a different approach than most people. I kind of see what people already like. Then I try to write something according to that. You know what I mean? So I can kind of count my numbers a little different versus making what I like. Then I got to figure out who the people in Japan that like it. Or, you know what I mean? Like that, I don't see how people do that. That drives me crazy. But for me, I have to do it like that for it to even make sense.
I think that makes sense, though. I think that's good business practice. Marcy, you had a question.
Yeah. This is a question I ask most filmmakers. Okay, let's say you have an unlimited budget. You can be anywhere. You can film anywhere in the world. You can choose one male celebrity actor, one female celebrity actress. What type of movie, where, and all of that. No, not you. No, not you, Greg. Please no. Please no.
All right, does it have to be one movie?
No, not necessarily one movie, but just what is your your fantasy? Whereas you,
okay, I got you. Well, there's not one celebrity actor or celebrity actress that I'm like, I gotta work with them.
You're ignoring me.
Yeah, and then I don't have a fantasy movie. I don't have, you know what I mean?
Or category of movie or.
No, I honestly, what I want to do is be able to use film to create personal freedom for other people. People think I'm falling in love with making movies. I fall in love with what movies can do, the opportunity it gives me. I don't got to ask somebody to go to my daughter's school for something. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So with that, I can give other people the opportunity. That's kind of, that's what I would do with the money. I would build a system where everybody in this thing can have their own movie and have a marketing plan and get a check from it every quarter.
There you go.
Okay.
We got a high school student that's in high school that's working with us, and he'll come and work on some projects making his own movie. His movie might pop off and he might mess around and see, $400,000 in the first quarter. He's in high school. That would be insane, and we know some other kids that situation with parents and some people that are grown, in their late 20s and things like that. I would love for a veteran that has an idea and his healthcare, all that is just stressful. And he has this idea we could turn into a movie and he can take that. And you see what I'm saying?
So generational / community wealth.
Yeah. To kind of, and to me, the wealth thing is for personal freedom, but I understand you have to be kind of like educated with wealth to really enjoy the personal freedom of it.
But you're spreading it throughout the community and not just here or there where it's needed. And so that's what you're pretty much saying?
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, I would love to be a billionaire and all that stuff, but I have pretty much the same desire to create like 100 millionaires like in my community.
Right. That's and I'm not just saying all about money, but the experience, the education and all, that's a part of wealth and prosperity as well. Prosperity and wealth is not always just money. It's the education, the experience that you can give to other people.
And I'm glad you said that because there is a guy here. His daughter was in a project that we had, and then there's a few other people. But one of the guy's friends is a millionaire, and I sat and talked with them. And his daughter at the time was like 15 or whatever, and just seeing she has experienced things I haven't. You know what I mean? Just being to Thailand and all these things, I'm like, oh my. Like I know grown men that haven't experienced that, you know what I mean? And when I talked to her, that there's certain moments that I knew because of her experiences, she handled it in a mature way. Yeah. Like we was doing an interview and the guy was rude and it made her cry, but she coughed it up and was like, I needed that, like a 15-year-old girl, you know? Something was going on and I was rushing. She was like, Red, it's a marathon, not a race or whatever. Like, a 15-year-old girl. Right. But I knew having those experiences and seeing the world is why she has that. And that's why I totally agree with you about wealth, not just the money, but I feel money will help, of course, give you the opportunity to get those summer vacations and things like that.
Yeah, give you the opportunities, man. That's amazing, man. That's so. You're giving us, we've had 3 or 4 people that have given us master classes on their craft. Okay, you creating another master class here today, man. For us. People need to hear it. People really do need to hear it because speaking of Tubi, there's a lot of movies, independent movies on Tubi that because I love Tubi because it shows independence, but I watch them and I'm like, no, that one ain't gonna work. Okay, this one ain't gonna work. You got shout out to my man Gravy, Jamal Water. He on everybody's movie. Okay, I mean, dude. And I'm like, and he getting his bag for real, definitely getting his bag. But there's a lot of movies on Tubi that don't, to me, that just don't make it. How do you stand out amongst all of that crap?
Well, I think
crap.
Different word. I got you. I think it's the back end that makes the difference, and some people probably not even gonna like that I'm gonna say this, but I think it's understanding how the business evolves. You know what I mean? So when Tubi first kind of started going, they were taking any and everything. You know what I mean? Just to get stuff on. Right. Then once they got enough content, then they were focusing on quality. You know what I mean? So you have to be ahead of the curve. You know what I mean? You have to get them as many movies as you can, then try to keep the quality high and build that relationship early. And if you can get enough, almost any platform in the early stages, if you can come with a bundle of movies, you can build a relationship like a distributor. And just a side note, like Roku has something online now, like for filmmakers, if you have a bundle of movies, like you can get a deal with all of your movies on there. Like nobody is trying to do all of this for one film. That's why distributors exist. But in order to like really stand out, you have to just stay ahead of the curve. And right now, it's just like so many movies to stay ahead of a curve. You got to have a name actor in it. Quality got to be good. It's like you can't slip on like nothing anymore.
See, that's what I'm talking about, man. Because I look at the quality. I'm hearing the one person. They got the mic on them and they loud and clear. Then you go to the next side and it's like, I'm like, dude, I'm done. But then
a lot of the movies are dark, and it's like you can barely see.
Like the other, okay. It's like they don't take their time.
And I gotta say, this just filmmaking is very logical in the business, but very emotional as a product. And because it's very emotional as a product, it's hard to understand the logical part of it. So some filmmakers that make movies are not into it like others are. Like some filmmakers, like they come in and they just think it's a quick payday lick. Some are fine with I know some that don't hook up any lights. They just cut the lights on in the room. I just can't do that, you know. But they're fine with that. And you know, some people, McDonald's, you know, number 3 is better than, you know, so and so at Ruth Chris or whatever. But Tubi accepts that. You know what I mean? And they have a wide range, so it can be a little confusing of seeing this product next to, you know what I mean, this product with Will Smith in it on the same platform.
Yeah, but yours stand out, man, okay? And we're going to give him an example of how it stands out, okay? Which one do we want to do first, Gina? I got the trailer for Boo Boo the Fool, and I got the trailer for Entanglement.
Let's do Entanglement.
Let's do Entanglement.
I haven't seen that trailer in a long time.
Well, I had to do some liberties just for Facebook. I had to do a little cutting myself, okay? But I didn't cut much. Actually, I didn't cut at all. I blacked out because baby was fine though. Anyway, this is this is Entanglement, the trailer for Entanglement. Nakia Hamilton's work. I mean, you guys, this does not tell you what this. Y'all gotta watch the movie, okay? Here's the trailer.
You live in your truth, mama. What's up?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about how your man can't get enough of this.
So when do we go see the lawyer?
What lawyer?
The lawyer that we need to sign the paperwork to get the money that your grandma left?
You plan to give her your grandmother's money because of the baby, right? And then it's gonna take at least 3 months for him to get, but as soon as he gets it, he's gonna give me my cut for the baby.
You think I believe that?
I don't even know if I believe it. See this? If I need chickens in this house, I'm gonna kill her.
No, you're not.
But what makes you think you're entitled to any of this money? I mean, I've always been close to the family. And now, I practically am family.
We're gonna get this money, and then we're gonna take you on a trip.
Why you didn't tell me he was gonna be here?
What would have changed?
Me whooping your behind. All I put up with dealing with you and this fool, you think I'm about to walk away empty-handed? Get your grandma's money now.
Don't get me wrong, but the difference between this and your is that this can have babies. You feel me? Ooh, I know that hurt. Ooh.
Boy, I'm telling you, y'all better go check this out, okay?
Man.
Oh man, I'm like, wow.
Ooh, somebody would have been hurt.
Man, look, and there's so many twists and turns in this movie because you think this is going on, the next thing, bam, and then bam. If you guys want a thriller, you gotta go check this out. Entanglement. This is on Tubi, correct?
Yes.
It's on Tubi. Is it anywhere else?
It's on Tubi, Google Play, and Freebie, and Amazon.
Okay.
I saw it on Amazon.
Everywhere, man. Look, real quick, Luv Life Entertainment. What made you come up with that name?
You know, me and my oldest son was wrestling, and somehow the name came from that. It was a weird situation. I've been trying to answer that question myself. I just remember it coming from that, and but it just kind of fit. It wasn't even like a decision to decide. It just kind of fit, like that was it. The company itself was originally Port City Records, but it dibble-dabbled a little more into music and things, but that was very short-lived, because once video and things came alive, Luv Life Entertainment
was it? Okay, shout out to my man Bobby Peoples. He's watching as well. Bobby Peoples is a fantastic filmmaker in his own right.
Yes.
He's
Always
going.
good.
That's
Another great filmmaker.
That is my guy. Him and his wife. They killing it as well, man. So, and I'm glad to see you guys doing this, man. Olette Washington, what's going on? Fantastic author. Okay, she says she got to watch it. Yeah, you gotta watch it. Okay, so you out get the Thriller on, and after we get through with the life coach Jeff Relaford, I'm gonna show y'all how y'all get your laugh on. Okay, Marcella.
Okay, we're gonna just redirect, regroup, refocus, and hear a 1-minute thought from our life coach Jeff Relaford.
Coming to you with another 1-minute thought. Now, look here. I know I've been coming to you a little unorthodox for the past couple of days with the 1-minute thoughts. I've been having to shoot these bad boys with my phone because I'm on the move. So it's been a very busy couple of days for me. But nonetheless, you're still going to get some good content. So for today's 1-minute thought, I want to let you know and encourage you, whatever you put into your project, okay, or your goal, that's what you're going to get out of it. If you give it 50%, it's going to give you back 50%. If you give it 100%, it'll give you back 100%. So I want to encourage everybody and tell you, invest in you. Invest in yourself. If you want to be great, it's one thing to say that you're great, but to do it, that's a completely whole other different task. So, all right, y'all. Life Coach Jeff coming to you with the 1-minute thought. Remember, redirect, regroup, refocus. I love y'all. Peace out.
You did what? In the bed, and my boyfriend is in the bed right now. I'm trying to figure out how to clean it up before he wakes up. Just change the sheets. That's what I told her to do.
I thought it was just lemonade, but it's actually it glows in the dark.
Oh, you still gotta get out the bed. What are you doing? I have to fight it. What? Please stop. And I'm just saying. On the count of 3, we're going to run, okay? All right? You with me? All right? Got it. 1.
Normally, I wouldn't recommend holy water as a beverage, but I might have to make an exception.
Oh my gosh. No.
That's funny. Dude said it glow in the dark. Okay.
Whoa.
And she slapped the hell out of old boy. She said, we gonna run. 1 on 3. She said 1, 2, and left the white girl. I'm like, hey, look, I was clapping on that one because how many times do the black person get left behind? Okay.
No, we don't. In scary or crazy situations, we out. It's the other folks that's trying to look back and like, what is it? What happened? But what? We gone and see one of us running. We all running and figure out why we're running later.
You ain't playing. Y'all gotta see Booty. Y'all gotta see that. I mean, the kid, man, look, great job on those and the other movies as well, man. All right. You know what was you thinking of when you did Boo Boo the Fool, man?
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you now. Actually, Boo Boo the Fool is kind of based on a true story.
Get out of here. Don't tell me that, dude.
Please, no.
Okay.
We was gonna invite you back to the show now. Now with the glow in the dark kid.
I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. But I mean, when I had the premiere, I told everybody to kind of set it up and kind of let them know what was what. Years ago, when I very first started filming, I tried to make a short film, which was this, but it wasn't Boo Boo the Fool. It was called Blame It on Alcohol. But it was like kind of the same concept, basically. But maybe a few years before that, I mean, this was years ago, I was working at a job. had to take a drug test because I was about to be promoted. So you got to take a drug test. I was smoking weed. I'm like, oh my goodness, what I'm gonna do? I start drinking water like crazy, not knowing it's probably gonna be 6 months later. So I'm just drinking, not thinking. And I go to my girlfriend's house and I have like this beer, whatever, and it gets me like toe up. And I have a dream. In the dream, I get up and go to the bathroom and use the bathroom. While I'm standing using the bathroom, I wake up and I'm using it in the bed. And I jump up and move the sheets and I'm looking like, so the first thing is, honestly, the first thing in my mind was just to bounce and leave. I was like, man, first of all, that's grimy to do that. But that was just like, how do I get out of this? And then plus, like, where I'm gonna go? She knows where I live at. She can come to my house. Like, I'm gonna do.
Roll in it.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm just gonna. I gotta tell her. Like, she's laying right there, and I'm at her house in her bed, and she had a 2-bedroom apartment, like 2 fully furnished rooms. So I shake her, and I'm like, hey, I pissed in the bed, and she was like, huh? And if I remember correctly, she didn't even look back or nothing. She just kind of got up, walked in the other room, and I remember her shutting the door. She didn't slam it; she had shut it. And I remember hearing the door lock.
Oh,
and I just kind of standing there like. And I got my stuff together and I left. And she called me like the next day and was like, "Yo, you're gonna buy me a new mattress." Yeah.
Wow.
Cool after that, but she made it clear like that. That's what happened. Yeah, but we got Boo Boo the Fool.
Wow.
From all of that, that's where Boo Boo the Fool came from.
Now you dirty red.
Now you're the man dirty red.
You dirty red. Hey, I was trying to keep you clean. I was trying to make sure that you stay clean, man. But Gina said dirty red.
That was a long time ago. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, Gina, that is dirty red right there.
That's a dirty red moment.
Right? That's
one moment
definitely
does not define who you are completely. Okay, clean red.
Yeah, everybody trips and falls.
That's right. That's right.
But they don't fall. They don't fall on no glow in the dark piss though. I'm just keeping it spade, man. Okay, look, we have been talking, guys, and having a great time with my man, Nakia Hamilton. Okay, he's a filmmaker, award-winning filmmaker, director, writer. Do you edit too?
Yep.
Man, and all of this.
Oh, yeah. Most of them say they don't want to edit.
And understand, it's not like, I'm trying to write, direct, and edit. It wasn't like that. It was, when I started, nobody else was doing anything. I was the only person doing it. Nobody really knew what was what. Yeah. And it's hard to really find people that have that entrepreneur mentality. Everybody comes with this worker mentality. And I think at least at one time, it seemed like everyone I met out of school had that thing where I'm going to go buy a camera, you're going to pay me to record, and I'm going to go home. You know what I mean? But it's not this creative, how can we make this bigger than life thing. Right. It was like, I'm just coming to work. To the point, I used to see people come to work like they're going to GE or working at a warehouse, man. Like little belts and sandwich bags and all of that. I'm like, well, what? This is not that type of thing going on. But, just that winning mentality, I think just having it all the time, it kills everything.
So, Nakia, you are a successful filmmaker. What would you define success as?
Personal freedom, man.
Oh yeah.
I think personal freedom is success, and it's just not, being able to, like I was saying earlier, going to see my daughter at school if I wanted to go see her whenever, but it's like your mind and peace in your mind also. When I was in middle school, there was this house on the corner, and one of my friends was driving, and when he drove past the house, the lady was in the yard and she smiled and waved. He said, "Watch this." And he drove around again and she smiled and waved. And he thought something was wrong with her. Then I found out, like, no, ain't nothing wrong with her. She's just happy. You know what I mean? And they said she's a happy lady and she's happy who she is. She's happy with her community and things like that. And you know, I catch myself at moments blessed and not happy. So you know what I mean, and you get the point. I don't want to kind of rant on about that, but you get the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah,
Most definitely. That's amazing, man. We have been taught not just about filmmaking, not just about laughing at
life.
Magnified piss, but we've been taught
I
about.
don't know why.
We've been taught life lessons, honestly. And Kia, man, seriously, there's not many people that do come on the show that give those gems like that. All right, and man, I applaud you for number one, living your truth, going through this journey to give us these great movies, man. Definitely, it's a blessing for us to have you on the show so that you can impart to our people as well as ourselves some of this knowledge, man. You're giving us life, man. We appreciate you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
So when we do this show every day, man, and we get off the show, we want to give the people some good words, some words of wisdom.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, bless you. Hey,
sorry.
Dang, it went all the way over there.
That came from out of nowhere.
We'll do a film about snot now, okay? We'll do a snotty film.
Oh.
Quentin Johnson says, I'm back. Gary, Indiana represent my man, okay?
All right.
Awesome show. Much great info. Absolutely, man. We love it when the audience chimes in like that as well. But when we leave, man, we give everybody some gems. We give them some words to go by. We want you to give people life like you gave us.
Okay. Oh man, it's just so much, man.
Take your time.
Well, one thing I know, there's a few things I want to say. One thing I want to say at the beginning, though, if you try to do right, you ain't going to be perfect. But if you really get up and give it everything you got every day, it works. It works. Like, you know, if you're giving everything you got, it's also being grateful. But if you get out and do that, it works. And a lot of people worry that it's not going to work. I think it all starts with accountability. And one of my biggest regrets, it's not a regret, I guess, it's just kind of weird that I felt like I was never really taught that. You know what I mean? I feel like we're in a culture that doesn't teach that. And I think we have to teach ourselves and our children. You know, like, for example, when I was younger, it was always the focus on getting to bed at time to be to school the next day, so on and so on. But when Saturday came, which was my time, it was like, do whatever you want to do. And now I feel like that should be the most important time. Like all week, we are trying to nail everything all week to get to Saturday, to have our time to do what we want to do, like live our dream. And I feel like we give all of our energy to everything else. Then when we have our time, we just sit around and do nothing. Or when we get the check that we get and we go blow it doing something. There's nothing wrong with having a good time, but really investing in yourself and making sure you are growing. If you are not growing, you are dying. There's no other way around it. So I have to get on myself, like trying to read more, try to, I really got on myself about the gym. I end up losing a decent amount of weight, you know what I mean, by like 70, 80 pounds, like in the last year, almost year and a half or something like that. But really just finding that focus, man, and knowing what you really want. And I think it starts with accountability, just saying it's me and practicing that in every situation, even when it doesn't go your way. What could I have done better, you know what I mean, with that situation? And I think when we do that, things start to happen. We think different. We become more conscious of what is around us when we're accountable, and try to hold ourselves accountable. I think it really changes our mind, and you become more of a winner. I believe that 1,000%.
That's definitely, man. That's wise, bro. Appreciate that. Marcella.
First of all, thank you for coming on our show. I really, truly like how you're blessing others. God has blessed you to be a blessing to others. Also, I like what you just said, that you were blessed, but you were not happy. Blessed, but not happy. So is that going to be one of your films?
Oh, that's a title. I've been looking for a title.
Ooh, that's a title right there. That's also a sermon, but that's a title.
That's a lot.
Okay, that's all I got to say, because when I had to write that down, I'm like, oh, that's a sermon. Like, oh, okay, let me do it. But then that's a film.
That is. You might see that. Keep your eye open.
Ooh-wee. That right there, that's a whole lot just in that.
Hey man, watch yourself though, Nakia. She gonna ask you something on the back end though.
Hey, I don't have no problem with that. I would do that. You know what I mean? I would give her a little something, man. I believe my blessings come from blessing other people. You know?
Yeah.
I truly believe that. I don't mean be out here being stupid, throwing money around, but you know what I'm saying.
Yes, sir. Most definitely. Gina?
Man, I just really applaud you, Nakia, for, I mean, you can hear and see the passion that you have
Exactly.
and what you're doing, man. And when you have somebody that does something so heartfelt, I could tell you put your all in it. And you pride yourself on delivering something that we want to see.
Exactly.
You know, you're doing an awesome job. And if nobody ever told you, you are doing an awesome job and continue to do an awesome job.
Thank you.
So, you know, it says something, it goes a lot because you got Bobby Peoples, you got Reuben Johnson, Big Rube Films. They're watching the show right now. Okay, you guys support one another. Okay, especially when you're doing such great work. Okay, you man, look, like Gina said, and I was going to say the same thing. I love it when guys like yourself, like Bobby, like Reuben, you guys can articulate exactly what you do and exactly how you feel and exactly your journey and exactly where you're going and exactly what you're doing. You can articulate to everybody so that they can understand. All right, you guys give master classes. You guys are telling these people, yes, this happened to me back in the past. That's how I did it back in the past. But look at me now.
Yep.
Look at me now. Hey man, you are an amazing individual, man. Period. Okay, we are blessed to be able to celebrate you on this show today, man. Okay, like I said, I've been hounding this brother. Okay, he finally said, "All right, cool, I got time today." So I said, "We got to get him on. We got to get him on." And Nakia, look, this is your home, man. Okay, if you need us, we here for you. We definitely want you to come back and talk about some more, right? Because you got 97 and the third movies on there. Okay, so we only scratch the surface, but everybody out there, look, I'm pushing Entanglement right now, okay, and Boo Boo the Fool. And I meant to ask you, man, you had a thing with Boo Boo the Fool that you were giving away $1,000. Is that still going on?
Yep, it is. You can go to the website right now, NakiaTHamilton.com or ILoveMyVideo.com. At the top, you see 1,000. Just click it, and you'll see the information. Basically, all you're doing is you're watching the movie. You go to the website, click A form, answer 3 questions, and as soon as you hit submit, you're entered in. We're doing a raffle on May 7th. The name that gets picked, we're going to try to do it live so everybody can see it or have an event. That part isn't planned yet, but we're going to just cash app them, or we'll have it situated where we'll give them the money.
Kid, if you want to do it on this show, you could do it on this show. We will take that time and we will give you this time.
Yes.
You can hold your stuff on this show.
Only if you pull my name.
Nah, don't.
My name's gonna be on there.
Don't pull a name. Matter of fact, ball it up. And you go through it and ball it up and toss it out the window. Okay. Hey, Keisha Howard had she said she needed help putting her books into a movie.
Okay.
Do you do that? Do you make movies out of books? Not really, huh?
I mean, yes and no. Well, my approach is just different. I really have to see what she's looking for. And just to be honest with people, like I really don't want to get too deep into that, but also just think about this. When you turn a book into a movie, like what the movie has done is all you have to go by. You know what I'm saying? Right. So if you only sold 1,000 copies in North Carolina, that's the only research you have to go by with the book to turn it into a movie to market it. You know what I mean? So and I don't know the circumstances of the book. She could have sold 2 million copies, but I have had a lot of people come to me, and that's the situation with the book. And it's hard to turn that into a movie because we don't know who we're marketing to, who we're promoting. What do we have? So if they believe that part is together, then yeah, I'm willing to talk. And if I can't help, I'll try to find somebody. But if that part isn't there, I really can't give you a number really, but there has to be an audience for the book before I can do anything.
Absolutely, man. It's your business. You know what you're doing. We've been talking with Nakia Hamilton. Man, he's a director, award-winning director, award-winning everything. I mean, director, producer. Are you an actor too?
Nah, I'm never doing that. Man. Funny
He say at least he stay in his lane.
I did one little part because I don't know what was going on. I just had to do it for the movie real quick. In Heart and Soul Food. And it's at the beginning. You really don't even really see my face, but you talking about the cringe of all cringes when that. I never desired to be on that end. I don't see how they do it, man. I don't see how they remember the lines like that, get into character, pretend like you're in a relationship with somebody, then pretend you want to kill. I don't see how they do that.
You perfected how to make them do it, okay, man. We appreciate you coming to the show, man. I got so many more questions, man, but we want to invite you to come back, man. All right, and you know, it ain't gonna be don't be too long this time. All right, we want to get you back in here and handle some business. All right.
I won't. And I just want to thank every single one of you for having me. I really, really, really appreciate you taking your time, putting me on your show. It's an honor, man. Thank you, man. I'll definitely come back, man. You just let me know.
And it's our pleasure.
Do that contest over here, man. We got you, man.
Yeah.
Think about it. Think about it. This is Nakia Hamilton, man. This is Dope Living TV Live. We will see you guys tomorrow. All right. Peace out.